Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to 10-minute reviews. She does this every time. Yeah. This is Freya. I'm Jason. We're bringing you today's video. Ow, some sharp claws. So, as always, guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We have a bunch of videos we're always coming out with. We love to talk about books, what we want to do. So we're going to do this no matter what. But small little family channel, fuzzy co-star, me, the wife, so we appreciate any support you guys want to give us. So for today, this one is in response to a request from one of our viewers. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter of a video than, or at least a list than you might have preferred. But the comment was they were asking about finished litRPG books or finished litRPG series, and they asked just if I could just talk about some of my favorite finished litRPG series, and I completely get that. I have a friend of mine that's very passionate reader that he will not read an ongoing series. He wants to be able to actually find out what happens, get to the end. He won't read a series that is still going. And unfortunately, that is a lot of litRPG series. Most of the litRPG series that I've read are what I call forever series. As long as people keep buying them, the author's going to keep writing them and just keep it going. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Doesn't really seem to have an end point or an end goal. So that makes it tough. I have read some series that I have finished, but or that the series finished and I just didn't like it. So I haven't brought it up on this channel. I don't like to talk about books that I didn't like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that a whole bunch of other people out there didn't absolutely love it. So I don't want to trash on a book that just because it didn't fit my personal taste. So I really only have two series that are finished, that I know of are finished, that I can talk about. And one of them, it kind of rides a fine line as far as litRPG goes. More along the lines of Cultivation, the Wuxia type novels, but close enough, and they tend to get lumped together. So the first one, and probably the biggest one, is System Apocalypse by Dao Wong. The System Apocalypse series is absolutely over, and it's an excellent series. I have to admit that by the end of it, I utterly despised the main character, but as far as the plot, as far as the writing style, as far as all the rest of the characters and the author, I loved it. And even though I hated the main character, I read the entire series. Most other series, if I don't like something that strongly, I just drop the series. But this one, I continued, and the reason for that is because it ends. And while the main character has issues, I really didn't like. At the beginning, I really liked him, but near the latter half, I absolutely hated him. The rest of the characters are absolutely awesome, and the underlying plot that goes along with it is engaging. You want to know what's going on. You want to know the actual answer to these questions that it keeps building up to. Along with that, the world building that Dao Wong did was absolutely phenomenal. It's awesome. I mean, he can't even say world, a universe, or galaxy building that he did was really cool. And even though it had this underlying plot, the series itself, he managed to kind of break things into 2 or 3 book chunks of almost like story arcs, and Earth to starting to come off of Earth to being a major player out in the galaxy as a whole, to the final arc of solving the question that has been in play for the entire series up to this point, that turned out to be the ultimate question, I suppose you could say, of the series. So absolutely awesome, and I gotta tell you, Dao Wong's a fantastic author. His other books are just as incredible, and I'm a huge fan of his Thousand Lee series, but the System Apocalypse series is what introduced me to him, and just, again, utterly fantastic, just absolutely incredible. So it'd be difficult for me to recommend a series more than this that is actually finished. There are some amazing series out there, but they are still ongoing. And the other one, like I said, less litRPG, more cultivation, is the Mage's Cultivation series by Bruce Centaur. Now, this one some people aren't going to be a huge fan of because it does have some of the harem-lit elements, does have some adult situations and adult scenes within it, but overall it's a fantastic series. Bruce Centaur is an awesome author, and he writes some really, really, really good stuff. And the Mage's Cultivation series of his was probably my favorite of what he had written up to that point, possibly even up to now. There's other things he's come out with. Some of them I really like, some of them I don't. It has nothing to do with the writing style at all. He's an awesome writer. He's a lot of fun. This more has to do with just either the world or maybe the character. Something just doesn't resonate with me, so I don't read everything he writes, but I do try. But the Mage's Cultivation was absolutely fantastic. I do really enjoy the cultivation books. They're a lot of fun. And especially the ones, that's like that one that I talked about, his Thousand Leaves series is actually a cultivation novel, cultivation series. But the Mage's Cultivation by Bruce Centaur, I think it's 5 books long. Maybe he tries to keep, I think, 4 to 6 book arcs and actually finish his series. And it's awesome because it's really does start with a character literally at his foundation, at its most basic, and growing and building all the way up to the end goal, in a way. While the character doesn't quite finish up as an immortal yet, pretty darn close. And Centaur really built a really cool world, because we had to build multiple worlds. He definitely set the cultivation with different levels, and a lot of cultivation novels and series have, but with these different levels actually included different worlds, and these different worlds would have entirely different not quite rules, but entirely different, I guess, strength levels, power levels. So, a character can reach the peak within this one world, have cultivated their abilities and their powers necessary to ascend to the next level. Some choose not to, some do. Of course, our main character does, because there's more that he wants to learn. He knows he's got family out there, because most of the clans and families kind of spread out throughout these various worlds. And again, guys, just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. You guys should check it out. Bruce Centaur and his Mage's Cultivation series. I wish I could give you more, guys, but just looking back through, I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that I'm just not remembering, but just looking back through all the things that I read and all the series that I read, every litRPG series that I come across is still going. It's still going, except for a few of them. And again, there were a couple that finished that I just flat did not like. So, so again, I didn't review them, and I won't really recommend them to you guys. But these two, especially System Apocalypse, absolutely fantastic, guys. You guys got to check it out after you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.